Hello, hello everyone. Oh my goodness, isn't this exciting? Welcome to Streetwise Opera. Welcome to our daily live stream of a Streetwise session. Isn't technology amazing, eh? It's so nice to be connected to you. If you don't know me, my name's Jonathan. I'm one of the Streetwise Opera workshop leaders. I mainly work in Manchester with the Manchester groups, but I've traveled about a bit, so I may have met many of you before. It's so nice to be connected to you today. Shout out to wherever you're watching from. Big hello to anyone watching from the London groups. Lovely to have you with me today. Hello to anyone watching from the Nottingham groups. Really lovely to have you with us today. I used to come up occasionally to Nottingham. Really nice, happy memories. Big hello up in the northeast. Hello to anyone watching from the Middlesbrough groups. Hello to the Gateshead and Newcastle groups. My goodness, guys, is it really 2 years since we did Tell Me the Truth About Love? What fun we had, eh? The wedding lives on. So nice to be connected to you. And of course, last but by no means least, hello to anyone watching from the Manchester groups, from our Booth Centre groups and our Manchester Art Gallery groups. My goodness, really missing you all. I hope you're well. It's so nice to have this chance to connect with you today. So, same sort of format as the other ones. Hopefully you've been able to watch some of the ones in the past few days. We're going to start with some warming up for our voices and our bodies. Then we're going to sing a bit of a fun song that maybe we know already from our groups to get us in the zone. Then we're going to dive into some opera, because that's what we love, isn't it? I'm going to set you a little bit of homework for this first bit of the session. When we dive into our opera bit a bit later, we're going to be thinking about a very glamorous character, a very fashionable, very cool character. So to help us get into the mindset of that character, I want you to think about people who are style icons, fashion gods and goddesses, people, famous people or people in your life that you think are just so cool and stylish and fashionable and glamorous. If you think of any, I'd love you to type them into the comments box on the live stream so that we get a nice little list of all our style icons, and we're going to use them a little bit later, okay? So be thinking of those, type them in as soon as you think of one. That would be brilliant. Let's start getting our bodies and our voices ready to do some streetwising today. Just start with maybe some stretching to start with. It's funny old time, isn't it? Maybe your body feels a little bit stiff, a bit unused. So let's go with some shoulders to start with. Can you roll your shoulders back? Do it gently, as always. If you've got a dodgy shoulder today, then adapt it as you see fit. Backwards, maybe forwards now. It's nice, lovely stuff. Very nice, lovely, lovely, lovely. And maybe just do one going backwards. Very nice. Maybe do the other one going forwards. Maybe see if you can do them at the same time in opposite directions. So one going backwards, one going forwards. Then maybe sort them over. Oh my goodness, am I doing it? I just don't know. Hopefully you're managing at home. Really nice. Give your neck a little bit of a roll again. Be gentle, be careful if you've got anything going on that means you can't. That's fine. Lovely stuff. Put your arms out in front of you. Give your fingers a bit of a wiggle. Very nice. Get your wrists involved. Maybe do it out to the sides, above you, below you, forwards, backwards. Very nice indeed. Get your wrists involved again. Get your elbows involved. Get your shoulders involved. Very nice indeed. Get everything nice and loose. Get used to standing nice and tall, but nice in a nice relaxed manner. Can you make your face go really big and wide like this? Aha. And then the opposite. Can you make it go really small and scrunch up like this? And go big and small and big and small and big and small. Really, really good. Give it a shake. Really, really good. Can you imagine in your hand, hold your hand up like this, you've got an amazing toffee. It's incredibly delicious, but really chewy toffee. We're going to pop it in our mouths and give it a really good chew, making a lot of chewy noises as we do it, okay? Pop it in. Here we go. Go even further, go even more exaggerated, really twist your face up, do some amazing chewing noises. Here we go. Really good. We're going to chew for a little moment longer, then we're going to swallow it, and it's going to be delicious, okay? Swallow it. Mmm. It tastes amazing. Can you rub your tummy for me and go, mmm? Do that for me? Mmm. Really nice. Can you go a bit higher and go, mmm? Try that for me. Mmm. Really nice. Can you go a bit higher again? Mmm. Try that one. Mmm. This one's going to go as high as we can go. Something like, mmm. Try your turn. Mmm. Really good. Just follow wherever my finger goes. Take your with it. So you can go. Have a go. Do something exciting with your and do the shape of it. I wish I could hear you. I bet it sounds amazing. If you've just joined us in the last few minutes, we're just doing a bit of warming up. You've also got a little bit of homework. We're thinking of style icons, really fashionable, cool, stylish people. It could be Lady Gaga, it could be James Dean, it could be Kim Kardashian, it could be your nan, it could be anyone you want. When you think of the coolest, glamorous, most fashionable person you know, type it into the comments box. We're going to use them a little bit later. Stick with your sound. We're just going to do a little bit of singing with it. We're going to go up and down some notes. We're going to go. Try that. We're going to go. Try that for me. One more. Have a go. Now, I'm sure you're not doing this because you're such good singers. Make sure that your chin doesn't sort of do the shape of the so we don't want try and keep your head nice and level. Try it for me. Here we go. Really good. Should we open that out? Let's try that too. Sort of the R sound. Try that. Let's go a bit higher. La. Try that for me. La la la. Again, don't do any sticking out of anything like that. Keep everything nice and level for me. Let's put a few more notes in there. Can you go for me? La 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 la. Try that for me. La 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 la. Beautiful. Let's put some words to that. Can you go? Let's do "We Are Singing." That's what we're doing. Can you go? We are singing. Try that for me. We are singing. You can go a little bit higher. We are singing. Try that one for me. We are singing. Beautiful. Again, try not to do any chinny stuff. Let's go a bit higher again. We are singing. Try that for me. We are singing. Really, really good. Let's add on a few notes to the end of that. Can you sing? We're going to say everywhere, like we are singing everywhere. We're going to go everywhere. Try that for me. Everywhere. So if we joined it together, it would go. We are singing everywhere. Try that for me. We are singing everywhere. Really good. Take a really good breath in as you do it to really fill up your lungs to get that whole tune for me. Here we go. We are singing everywhere. Really good. Hopefully that is joining up your vocal cords to your brains, to your bodies, everything else. Keep those style icons coming. If you've just joined us, a little recap. We're thinking of famous, fashionable people, famous, stylish people, style icons, we might call them. Anyone that you think is really cool, fashionable, and glamorous. We're going to use them a bit later. As soon as you think of them, type them in the comments, but we've got an amazing list already. I can't wait to see them properly. Let's sing a little bit more of an extended song. Let's do the one that Joe taught us on Monday, if you're watching. And actually, lots of you said you do it in your groups already, so this should be really familiar. Our lovely little jazzy number, I Walk to the End of the Road. Loads of you said you really liked it, so it's nice to do a little recap. If you don't know it, it's dead easy. I'll say a line, you say it back to me. Really, really simple. So it goes, I walk to the end of the road. Say that for me. I walk to the end of the road. Next line. And I looked in both directions. And I looked in both directions. I looked as far as the eye could see. Your turn. I looked as far as the eye could see. Next time. I saw the blue sky, sunshine. I saw the blue sky, sunshine. There ain't nobody there but me. Your turn. There ain't nobody there but me. Dead easy. There's a bit of variation sometimes in the words. Sometimes it's sunrise. Today we're going to do sunshine because I can see some sunshine out of my windows. Dead easy tune. I walked to the end of the road. Sing that with me. I walked to the end of the road. Great. And I looked in both directions. Try that with me. And I looked in both directions. Let's try the 2 lines together. I walked to the end of the road and I looked in both directions. Here we go. I walked to the end of the road and I looked in both directions. I'm sure it sounds wonderful. Next time, I looked as far as the eye could see. I looked as far as the eye could see. Try that with me. I looked as far as the eye could see. Next time, I saw the blue sky sunshine. Goes like this. I saw the blue sky sunshine. Give that a go. I saw the blue sky sunshine. Really good. So if we join those 2 lines together. I looked as far as the eye could see. I see the blue sky sunshine. Last line. There ain't nobody there but me. The really jazzy line at the end. Try that. There ain't nobody there but me. I'm sure it sounds brilliant. Let's see if we can join all that up together from I walked to the end of the road. 1, 2, 3. I walked to the end of the road and I looked in both directions. I looked as far as the eye could see. I see the blue sky, sunshine. There ain't nobody there but me. So good. Let's do it one more time. Give you a bit less help. You're on your own a bit more, but I'm sure you're all over it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I walked to the end of the road and I looked in both directions. I looked as far as the eye could see. I see the blue sky, sunshine. There ain't nobody there but me. I wish I could hear you. I bet it sounds spectacularly good. Now, I've been asking you for suggestions for style icons, for very fashionable, cool, glamorous people. I'm going to come and read your ideas. I'm very excited. Slight change of location. Here we are. Oh my goodness, we have so many suggestions. This is looking brilliant. So from Jamie, we've got Lady Gaga. Very nice indeed. From Carl, we've got David Beckham, of course. What a cool guy. Model, footballer, you know, he does everything, doesn't he? Jeff said David Bowie was a style icon. Of course he was. Many people's absolute favorite. Caroline says Vivienne Westwood. Absolutely. Defined it in many ways. Bridget says Marilyn Monroe. Of course. Absolutely. Harriet suggests Gavin, who's another of the Streetwise leaders in Manchester. Those shirts. He does love a paisley shirt and he looks very fine in it. David suggests John Lennon, of course, so cool. Louise Derbyshire suggests herself, of course. If you can't have yourself as your style icon, who can you have? Caroline says Freddie Mercury, amazing. Anita says Audrey Hepburn, of course. David says Britney Spears. These are all very cool people. Who's my style icon, I wonder? Well, I think it's probably got to be Susie from Streetwise HQ, one of the co-directors of Streetwise. She is a very cool lady. And so I'm going to have her as my style icon. So choose one of those. It can be the one you wrote or someone else's. Let's go back to, Philip says, I'm a style icon. Well, in this plaid shirt, I'm sure everyone would agree. Oh, we've got Celine Dion from Charlene. Very good indeed. So have a think about that cool, stylish, fashionable person. And just think about if you're someone who is very stylish and fashionable, and you know it, and you know that people look up to you for your style. Oh, Ella Fitzgerald from Louise Brooke, absolutely, such a cool lady, wonderful singer. How do they sort of stand? Often they're very sort of confident, aren't they? Kate Middleton from James, good call, James, there. They're very at ease with themselves, aren't they? Often they stand nice and tall. They're very relaxed. Just have a little play around. How would you stand if you knew you were someone that everyone looked up to? I mean, some of you did choose yourselves as your style icon, so I guess you do. Think about how you would stand. In fact, I'm going to count to 3, and after 3, can you sort of pose like a statue of that really cool, glamorous person? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Very nice. I wish I could see you looking so stylish. So we're going to sing our I Walk to the End of the Road again, but I want you to think about it in your character as a style icon. So how does someone who's very cool and glamorous, how would they walk to the end of the road? They probably wouldn't scurry, would they? They would probably be very easy. They would walk to the end of the road. Just have a play around. How would your style icon walk? How would they look in both directions? Again, it probably wouldn't be very sort of tense. It'd be very sort of, you know, they might just give a casual glance to one side, casual glance to the other side. They looked as far as the eye could see. They might lean back a bit further, but they don't want to seem like they're making any effort. How would they feel about nobody being there but them on the last line? Would they be excited, like the monarch of their kingdom, or would they be annoyed? No fans to stare at them. So think about how they'd play that last line. Just going to sing it one more time and think about being this very cool, stylish, glamorous person. How would they walk? How would they look? See what you can come up with. Maybe stand in your fashionable pose to start with. 1, 2, 3. I walked to the end of the road and I looked in both directions. I looked as far as the eye could see. I see the blue sky, sunshine. There ain't nobody there but me. Very nice. I bet that looked absolutely smashing. Well, stay in that frame of mind, because the character from an opera we're going to look at, someone guessed, I think it was Jamie already guessed, that it might be a character called Musetta from an opera called La Boheme. Now, I know the Manchester groups know this character in this opera well. I think probably a lot of the other groups do as well. La Boheme is a wonderful opera, isn't it? Set about 100 years ago in Paris, when Paris really was the sort of style, glamour capital of the world. It's where everyone went to really be surrounded by beauty and art. And often the people who lived there would call themselves Bohemians. That's what the title means, La Boheme, the Bohemians, which would be artists, musicians, philosophers, people who are living for art. And they're the group of people at the heart of this opera. Brilliant group of friends who all live together, doing their Bohemian things. And then in the middle of them comes Musetta. Can you say her name for me? Musetta. Musetta. And as you might remember, she is all of these things we've been talking about. She's a style icon. She's incredibly glamorous, incredibly stylish, and she loves knowing everyone is looking at her and thinking, where did she get that dress? I must get it for myself. She must have loads of money. These are the sort of things she likes people to be thinking. And she sings a brilliant song that some of you know really well, and I thought it would do us all good to revisit that because it's really fun. The words should be somewhere on the chat page, or maybe we can put them in the chat again, but they're dead easy. I'll say a line, you say it back to me. She says this: when I go out, the people stop and stare at me. The people stop and stare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. 3 good words for staring at the end. Gawp, gaze, and glare. I don't know, maybe they're a bit jealous of it. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. Try that. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. Really good. The tune goes like this, dead easy. First line, when I go out. When I go out. Try that with me. When I go out. The people stop and stare at me. The people stop and stare at me. Try that with me. The people stop and stare at me. Then we've got they gawp and gaze and glare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. Try that. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. So we've got, the people stop and stare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. Try singing that with me. The people stop. The people stop and stare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. So good. Let's join it all together. So we've got, when I go out, the people, you get it. When I go out. Here we go. When I go out, the people stop and stare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. I bet that sounded glorious. Now, we'll sing it again, but get back into your thinking as a style icon, thinking particularly as Musetta this time. So get into that position where you're standing nice and tall. Think about when you were singing I Walked and how easy everything was, how everything was really relaxed. Think about as Musetta sings this, what's she going to be doing? I think she's going to be checking that people are listening to her. Maybe she waves at people. Maybe she adjusts how she stands to make sure she's being displayed to her full beauty. Have a sing of it in the character of Musetta. Get into your pose. Very good indeed, very stylish. 1, 2, 3. When I go out, the people stop and stare at me. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. That last line's good, isn't it? Think, how do you feel when people gawp, when they gaze, and when they glare? Do you love it that people glare at you? Maybe they're a bit jealous, maybe think you're a bit outrageous. Just sing that last thing for me. They gawp and gaze. They gawp and gaze and glare at me. So good. Let's learn the next little bit. Just 2 more lines. Next bit. Gorgeous from head to toe. Can you say that for me? Gorgeous from head to toe. And I think it'd be nice to do a little accent to that, wouldn't it? Gorgeous from head to toe. Sort of the natural thing to do. Give that a go. Gorgeous from head to toe. Really nice. Harriet's just said, is anyone else swishing around being Musetta? Swish away, my friends. Please do. Use whatever space you have to go swish crazy. Gorgeous from head to toe. It's sort of the same tune as When I Go Out. Let me demonstrate for you. Gorgeous from head to toe. Give that a go. Gorgeous from head to toe. Really good. Last line's a little bit of a tongue twister. It goes, and so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. I'll break that down for you. And so I always know, and so I always know, I set their hearts aglow. I set their hearts aglow wherever I go, wherever I go. And so I always know, and so I always know, I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. So we've just done gorgeous from head to toe. Just gonna learn, and so I always goes. And so I always, try that for me. And so I always. Now the next bit, we've actually learnt the tune already. Do you remember in our warm-up we were singing, we are singing everywhere? Sing that again for me. We are singing everywhere. Change it to la. La, 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 la. You've got the tune for, no, I set their hearts aglow. No, I set their hearts aglow. Give that a go. No, I set their hearts aglow. Now I'm finding this hand is quite useful to remind me to jump up to that top note. So maybe do a little flourish, maybe it's a wave, maybe it's something like this. No, I set their hearts aglow. Really good. So to join it up, we go, and so I always know I set their hearts aglow. Nice. Give that another go. And so I always. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow. Last bit, wherever I go. Wherever I go. Try that with me. Wherever I go. So it goes. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. Your turn. And so I always know. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. Amazing. So that whole verse, sing along with me if you know it, or just have a listen, goes. Gorgeous from head to toe. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. Give it a go from gorgeous. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Gorgeous from head to toe. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. I bet that sounds absolutely amazing. Can you remember the first bit? When I go out, the people stop and stare at me. They go up and gaze and glare at me. You know it, don't you? And then we go into gorgeous from head to toe. Let's try it all the way through. Get into your musetta position. Do some flourishes, do some swishing. If you want to follow Harriet's example. When I go out, after 3. 1, 2, 3. When I go out, the people stop and stare at me. They go up and gaze and glare at me. Gorgeous from head to toe. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. I wish I could see you. I bet it's amazing. Just got time to stitch on a little intro. You get a little flourish to start with. That's your entrance music, okay? So here's your challenge. Where, in whatever space you're watching this, can you do an entrance? Find a doorway somewhere off to the side where you can really sweep in. The scene is like a busy cafe in Paris full of people. You want to make a big entrance. So it'll be something like, you know, you'll want to walk in, you maybe do a twirl, and then you take your position. Have a little go. Head off screen for me, head off stage. Ready for your entrance. Here we go. Oh, I bet that was absolutely amazing. Can you think of something that you might say as musetta at the end of that little intro just before you sing? Maybe something like, yes, here I am, or something like that. Or you can look, but you can't touch. Something like that. Something a bit cheeky, something that is going to really make everyone look at you. Have a think what that might be. So you're going to swish on and then say your line. Ready? Head off stage for me. Here we go. Ready? Swish on and then speak. Speak. Here she is, boys. Oh, I bet it was amazing. Okay, let's join all of this together for our amazing operatic finale. So you're going to start off stage, wherever that is for you. You're going to swish on in the amazing intro. You're going to say something. Then we're going to sing When I Go Out. This is Musetta's waltz song. Very excited. Head to your starting positions. Act 1 beginners. Are you ready? Looking wonderful. Here we go. When I go out, the people stop and stare at me. They go up and gaze and glare at me. Gorgeous from head to toe. And so I always know I set their hearts aglow wherever I go. Give yourselves a tremendous round of applause. I'm clapping you from all the way over here. Thank you so much for tuning in. What an absolute pleasure to sing with you, to do some musettaing with you. We hope you're all doing as well as you can. We think of you often. We're going to stay in touch with you all through this time. Never fear. More fun to come tomorrow. And remember, you can watch the previous videos on our page as well. So you can go back and sing along to all of the songs we've had already. Stay happy, keep singing, stay positive, and can't wait to see you all soon. Thanks again. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.